Shalom, shalom, Israel, shalom. Is your brother Dr. Five with a quick lesson in the spirit. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the one true power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwanash. Yahweh is the Most High. Yahushai is the world. Literally called Jesus Christ. Rakakwanash is the Holy Spirit in the Pale Hebrew. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elder prophets, the other bishops, a great millstone who will walk in the spirit, teaching his word and believing his word, Lord willing that they continue to endure and be sincere. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth, teaching his word and believing his word, Lord willing they can continue in the same spirit to endure and be sincere. Shalom to the Akwakim that are believers of his word, Lord willing they can continue to pursue their lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith, right? So the other video we went through Romans 11, verse 16 to 18, which verse 18, just to refresh our minds back on it, it says, "Boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee," right? And even on the side note, just to correct something that was said, even now, Yahushua is the root. And it's going back when it says, "Thou bearest not the root." Reading NLT, it says, "But you must not brag about being grafted in to replace the branches that were broken off. You are just a branch, not the root." When it's going into the root, it's going into the fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know, but Yahushua is the root of this thing, but this is going into the root of the nation, and it starts with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right now, going to verse 19, it says, "Thou wilt say, then the branches were broken off, that I might be grafted in." So now that these branches are broken off, that I might be grafted in, well, because of unbelief, they were broken off. That's why they were broken off. You know, because people are misbreaking down Romans 11 chapter. You know, many people that I have seen, right? But especially with HOI on the side, when they bring out verse 11 and 12, when they try to use it for the other nations. To be truthfully honest, when you even go to verse 11, talking about being causing to be jealous, this is talking about the Gentiles, right? The diaspora, right? The dispersed of Israel, right? Starting with the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, right? Because of unbelief. Let's read again, verse 20. "Well, because of unbelief, they were broken off, and thou standest by faith. Be not high-minded, but fear. Being high-minded, you boasted." Right? Let's read in the NLT. It says, "Yes, but remember, those branches were broken off because they didn't believe in Hamashiach. And you are there because you do believe. So don't think highly of yourself, but fear what could happen." Right? Because you could be broken off too. Let me just get this side thing. Right? This is Galatians chapter 6, verse 3. "For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself." Right? We deceive ourselves when we try to make ourselves something when we're not. Right? Because it's all by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Now going to Romans chapter 3, verse 27, KJV, it says, "Where is boasting then? It is excluded. By what law of works? No, nay, but by the law of faith." Right? In the NLT, it says, "Can we boast in that we have done any?" Actually, let's read 26. It says, "For he was looking ahead, including them in what he would do in his present time. God did this to demonstrate his righteousness, for he himself is fair and just, and he declares sinners to be right in his sight when they believe in Yahweh Shai." Can we boast in that we have done anything to be accepted by God? No, because our acquittal is not based on obeying the law. It is based on faith, right? And of course, when brothers is bringing out we're justified by faith, it doesn't mean that you under the law. Verse 31, it says, "Do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid. Yeah, we establish the law." In the NLT, well then, if we emphasize faith, does this mean that we can forget about the law? Of course not. In fact, only when we have faith do we truly fulfill the law. See? And this goes back to what I've been saying in a few videos. If you really got faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, faith is going to cause you to move to please Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. This whole walk is about pleasing Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Boasting on the law is us talking about it. Boasting on the law is having your each mind each and every day law, law, law. That's what the Pharisees and Sadducees did. The disciples did not do that. How was we bringing out the gospel? How are we bringing out the letters of Paul? Everybody is doing it. Bringing out every scripture in the New Testament, but understand they wasn't drowning people in the law. But yes, they were teaching in the Old Testament. Yes, they were going all around prophecies, dark sayings, and parables. That's why when you see some of the things that's written in the letter, especially like First Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 15 and 17, talk about being beamed up in the sky. Like, what made this brother do that? The Rakak Wadash was upon him, but still, you would have to keep the form of precepts to line that up to be like, okay, he's talking about getting beamed up. Okay, what is we getting beamed up for? Like, why? When is this taking place? It's going into like the destruction, you know. So yes, we need to establish the law, but by our faith, we establish it. You know, only when we have faith do we truly fulfill the law, right? Truly through faith. Salaki family. This is Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 18. It says, "Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall." So this is to show you that anybody that's boasting on the law, anybody that's not working, working on their salvation with fear and trembling, right? Because it comes with belief. How are you growing in belief when it comes to the law, right? To believe, you're going to talk about the Lord. To believe is the way that you move. To believe To believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai is you renewing yourself on day to day. To believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai is to purge yourself day by day. To believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai is to walk how he walked. To believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, his mouth would be on the tip of your lips. But pride goeth before destruction, right? And niggas is prideful, right? That's why when you even look at some of the Jews that got upset that some of the northern kingdom could come back in this thing by faith. They got upset. But this is the thing. When the Lord call you, and he's talking to you and this is for you, we gotta stand up bold for the Lord. Not against the Lord, but stand bold for the Lord, you know. Because the Lord is looking. What did he say in the one verse? He said, "Who would stand up for me against the evildoers and the enemy?" Right, let's go to St. John chapter 10. This is St. John chapter 10, verse 16. It says, "And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd." Right? And who is the fold? It's really it's the northern kingdom to make it plain, but it's the Gentiles. To even make it even more deeper, when you go to Acts chapter 1, verse 8, the prophets have to go to the uttermost part of the earth, which the prophets of old, right, Paul and them, they didn't go to the end of the earth in that time. They're here now, right? And so it's talking about the full amount. It was a full amount of the northern kingdom that came to America, right? While Yahushua was with the Jews and teaching them and getting the ministry set up, get it built it up with the apostles and the prophets, and how it's trying to teach cornerstone. The north, most of a handful of the northern kingdom was in America. You had some still over there. Look at Tobit. Tobit was still in Assyria. It was still northern kingdom. Cornelius, it was still northern kingdom. Over still on the other side of the earth. You know, so that's the other sheepfold. And then when we go to Ezekiel, you got to understand the two sticks are going to be in captivity together. When Yahweh Shai come and put things in order, we're going to be one stick. We're not going to be divided as two kingdoms, northern and southern kingdom, right? You got to really, you can't use this to say the other nations. Again, what nation made blood sacrifices to Yahweh Shem Shai? It's nobody, right? So let's go to Ephesians again. Lord willing, you understand. He has another flock that was not of that bunch, which was technically the Gentiles, and he's really going into the ones that was over here, right? Because they didn't even get the word yet. It's Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 16 to 20. It says, "In that he might reconcile both unto God in one body by the cross, having slain the enmity by thereby." Right now, let's just look at this word reconcile. What does reconcile mean? Well, it is in the
Strong's G 604. Apakatalasa. Apakatalasa.
apokatallasso, which means reconcile completely, reconcile back to a state of harmony. See, how can this pertain to another nation when they were never in this covenant, right? So that he might reconcile both unto God in one body by the cross. See how I just said the two stakes will be one? He's going to reconcile both the Jews and Gentiles going into the dispersed of Israel, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. We can look at 2 Kings 17 chapter. The northern kingdom moved to the land. So he's talking about to reconcile the southern and the northern. Yahweh Shai died on the cross. No other nation. This is why I said H&Y will have to fix Romans chapter 11, verse 11 and 12. And anybody else, especially you Christians, Vocab Malone, all of y'all will have to fix that. People, they keep going back to the Old Testament. So how can you master the New Testament without the Old? Ephesians 2, verse 17, it came and preached peace to you, which were afar off, and to them that were nigh. In the NLT, he brought this good news of peace to you Gentiles who were far away from him, and peace to the Jews who were near. Right? Because Yahushua came to the Jews, the northern kingdom. They were far off because of sin, wickedness. They didn't even believe in Hamashiach Yahushua, let alone if they don't believe in Hamashiach, they don't believe in Yahweh. Verse 18, for through him we both have access by one spirit unto the Father. So we have access to the Father by Yahushua, the southern and northern kingdom. No other nation. No other nation is Yahweh's name found. Right? We can go to scriptures on that. Verse 19, now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners. This is to show you Isaiah 14 and 1. Who is those strangers that's going to cleave unto Jacob? The dispersed of Israel, which is scattered four corners of the earth. If they're strangers and foreigners, they're strangers to the system that Yahweh Shem Shai presented us with. But fellow citizens with the saints, with the elect. right? And of the household of God, and are built upon the foundation of the apostles, which are Israelites, prophets, which are Israelites, Yahushua HaMashiach, who is an Israelite, himself being the chief cornerstone. Yahushua is the head of this church, and he established this uh, um, so that we can be reconciled back with the Father through his blood. The remission of sins, we're covered by Yahushua's blood. No nation made a blood sacrifice with Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua except for Israel. That's the key right there. That's where you get the answer that the chapter of Romans, the 11th chapter, is dealing with Israel. Yahweh is the reason why we're all connected. Lord willing, this was edifying to the hopeful elect. Till next time, shalom.